I was thinking about Jin today, actually. And I was thinking, he's a really busy man and he's doing a lot of ambassadorships and campaigns. Do you think if we paid him like $1.50 a month, he could like advertise for us?
$1.50 a month.
I mean, that's our budget.
What's our advertising? Yeah, what's our advertising budget?
Yeah, like $1.50, $2.
I'm not saying that he would consider that a low
maybe $3.
I'm not
$3 might get him in.
The nostalgia. $3 for the and a chain for the nostalgia.
I mean, all I can do is say no.
If he wants a $3 chain.
Right, we can ask.
Yeah.
No, unless we ask.
Listen, my mama always said the answer to any question you don't ask is no.
That's exactly right.
So,
Don't be weird about it, but you can ask.
And he laughs at us and says no. It was the same answer we had before we asked.
Yep.
I mean, but if in my life I make one of the BTS members laugh, like I tell a joke funny enough to make, that's
it.
Life.
That's it.
Top tier.
Yeah, I mean, we've made
If
it.
he laughed at us, if we offered and we actually got a laugh out of him, that's actually enough.
That's actually payment to us.
That's exactly right. We use that shit on everything we did.
In that situationship.
We would never shut up about it. Never.
Never shut up.
However
I'll
long.
be 97 to be like, that time Jin laughed at us.
Be our entire
that alone guarantees this project lasts forever.
Yep.
It will become our entire personality.
Those idiots Jin laughed at once.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
It would be on all the advertisements. Yep. We would just have a t-shirt. We made Jin laugh once. And that would be the only t-shirt in the merch shop. That would be it. Everything else.
It's the claim to all of our fame. Army Project 529, one time we made Jin laugh.
We may just have to close up shop after this because how much better would it get? We'd be like, okay, we're done. Mission accomplished.
I would make it my ringtone. Yes, I agree.
Life status here.
Yeah.
Nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do. Move along.
Yep.
We're walking, we're stopping.
Yep.
Nobody knows what that's from, but
Walking.
Walking. Oh, I know that. I say that.
Your
Walking.
says it a lot.
Evan Almighty. I think that's it. One of them Almighty. Bruce Almighty. No, it's Evan Almighty, yeah. We're walking, we're stopping.
I don't know if I've ever
We're
seen that,
wasting
but I
time
know.
because we're still working on our
I think
agenda.
put something else first before that because I don't think I've ever seen Evan Almighty and I know that quote or I know a similar quote.
Oh.
I know quote face.
I know quote face. I don't know quote name.
Well,
Yeah,
it's Evan Almighty. They're giving tours at the Capitol, and that's where it came from. But you're right; it probably did come from someplace else as well.
Because we're all the leaders of our households, we are all making Christmas happen as we speak, and like right now, and one of us is down with a planned surgery,
Or resolutely ignoring it.
or resolutely ignoring it. But yeah, so if we seem like we're a shit show more than usual,
We are.
It's
Add holiday week rumble.
Somebody asked me how many holiday decorations I have up.
I have a tree.
0.
I have a
Zero.
tree. I have a tree up and it's only
Listen, in your defense, this situation back here only exists because my freaking 14-year-old niece came to my house on Black Friday and spent the weekend with me, and she was like, yeah, let's do this.
my tree's only up because I never took it down from last year.
Yeah, I'm
love
pulling
that.
foul on that one.
I love that for you.
I almost pulled that off this year.
That
It
was
didn't come
past
down.
me. That was past me looking out for future me. Yeah, that's what that was.
Oh, smart. Oh, was it Dave? And
Changed past you, so
Yeah.
Okay, moderators, there's no need to attack us. They're reminding us that we've been just doing fuckery for 8 minutes.
Well, I mean,
our babysitters are getting on to us.
technically we've been doing fuckery for almost a year. Happy anniversary.
51 weeks.
also, technically, we've been finishing our agenda so that we could stop.
Yeah, just so you guys know how some of the sausage is made. Because we put our lives on YouTube, YouTube has those fun like timestamps at the bottom where you can say like at this minute this happened. Well, somebody's got to write down when those happen, so our mods help us out and they go in our agenda and they type what time we did everything. But sometimes they use it to troll us.
Yes.
It's fair.
Totally fair. We deserve it.
It's valid. It's valid.
Yeah, it's earned.
Yeah,
If our moderator team did not use timestamps to troll the fuck out of us, or do they even know us, bro?
Right, exactly.
I figured there'd been too many good feelings. What with all that Festa shit they're doing in our Discord.
No shit. Making us cry.
So, I guess they had to put us back in our place before we.
They didn't want our egos too big, you know.
Exactly.
It's actually not.
Yeah, simmer down now. Simmer down.
It's not even like our egos were getting big. It's more like we've been made to feel vastly uncomfortable and we don't know what to do.
What are these feelings? What is this attention? What is?
But it's
Poor Christina came in admin chat and was like, "What is this burning feeling in the center of my chest?"
Feels sort of warm.
Like, it's emotion. What is
Really
this
warm.
stuffing going on in my
They're like-
chest cavity?
I'm
What?
like, it feels like sparks, like electricity. And do you
I
mean
said
fuzzy?
it's okay. It's
Like
okay.
warm and
Feel
fuzzy?
Emotion. I was like, it's emotions. Don't worry, it's gonna pass.
This too shall pass, Christina. It'll,
Well, like she's
right
in the
now
night.
you're in that glass cage, but eventually you'll break out of it.
Yep. So, does anybody, before we get going on the actual agenda, want to talk about what happened in our Discord this week?
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Yeah. So, first of all,
Things happen.
Stephanie cannot be left alone with social media anymore.
We're
No,
just take chickens.
We're taking it away from her.
All posts must be.
the social media from Stephanie, because sometimes she just goes, I think I'm gonna make a little post.
I'm just gonna throw it out there, see what happens.
Just a weensy little post where and so she, we're trying out new things. We're trying out new things. And we love Stephanie because she tries out the new things. And then she reports back to us about how the new things were, and the rest of us stand back very skeptically.
And sometimes she forgets to report to us about the new things until we're all panicking, going, "What is happening? Okay, they did a thing. They did a thing."
So, I never react to anything I do. I didn't think it would happen.
Basically, Stephanie made a little post on Instagram
About
that we're trying to grow on. We are trying to grow on Instagram. So she made a post talking about how when Jungkook went live last week, a bunch of us gathered together in the server and we watched it together, and it was like a really awesome community thing because a lot of people had never seen Jungkook go live before, because we have a lot of new army in our project.
Which is all true, by the way. All that's true.
Yeah. And so she was talking about that, and she was saying how we have somebody who has volunteered to translate lives in real time when she can.
And available. Yeah.
yeah, she lives in Korea, so it depends on if she's asleep or at work or whatever.
Yes, in our server, and just a very kind, lovely volunteer. So we gave her a space in our server to do that, and whenever she is available during a live, she will just pop into her little space and she'll do her little translations, and we can watch it while we're watching the live at the same time. It's really cool. So she just made mention of that.
It was an
on her
innocent mention.
Instagram.
Innocent.
An innocent mention. And this was what, last Wednesday?
It was the day he went live.
And we had at that time, I want to say around 15.
I have the actual number. If you want.
15.
Yeah, sure. What was the number last Wednesday?
No, I have the number of the new ones in the last four.
Okay, I think
to
it's
that.
around
We'll get to that.
50 people in the
We'll get to
server.
that, but it was around 1,500 because we had actually just kicked a bunch of really like inactive people from the server who hadn't like agreed to our rules and all that stuff. So our number had gone down significantly within the past few days. So we were around 1,500 on last Wednesday. And here we are Sunday night. And how many people is it, Doc?
We added 867.
We are at 2,400 on the dot. On the dot.
7 people in
4 days. 4 days.
4 days.
And really, the majority of that took place over like 2 days.
2 days, yeah. It's slowed down significantly, but for 2 days we were in crisis mode.
We were not prepared.
Well, and I explained this to some people, like Discord sends us notifications if it thinks we're getting rated. It says, so we're getting all these notifications like, did you know 700 people joined your server in the last 10 minutes? Like, oh my God, what happened? Like, we're getting like red phone calls on our phones. Like,
you know,
we started in panic mode because we were getting the flags and we were in the admin chat like, the fuck is going on? Alert, what's happening? And Stephanie's like, oh yeah, I did a thing.
Oh, I did a thing.
I did.
And we had, because we don't normally get that many new people, so we had to pop in a general chat to announce there's a new member. No, it was a wall of just new people showing up, and nobody could say anything else, and it was just. So anyway, it was. I was on a video chat from part of it. I was like, I feel like I'm in a castle that's being besieged right now.
But long story short, it's a great problem to have. We just had to, I thought back to like Clueless, where Cher is giving that speech and she's like, you know, if we just get back into the kitchen and we rearrange some things, everyone can come and party with us. And that's basically what we had to do.
Yep.
Was we had to like strip down the Discord. And I say we, I mean Katie. We had to strip down the Discord. I mean, we helped with ideas.
Yes, we helped.
And we've had some wonderful volunteers step up also over the past few days. But we just basically had to like rethink our entire Discord server and lay it out to make it much more newbie user friendly. Yep. And honestly, it is for the best because it's going to make it so easy for anybody who comes into our server now. Yeah. And it's going to make things easier for all of us and the volunteers.
Nothing like a crisis response that brings about necessary change.
That's how we work best, honestly.
Exactly right.
I mean, we're great under crisis pressure.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the bot is alerting us every few minutes that there's a raid alert, and it felt like a raid, you know, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's
essentially a raid alert, and it's like, do you want to shut down invites to your server? Do you just want to close the gates? And I'm like, no, we're accepting these people, but we're fine.
I won't lie, we did think about it for like 2 seconds.
We did think about it.
Just so we could regroup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really we don't have a process in place for this volume of people.
No, because usually they kind of like trickle in a little bit at a time, you know? So
yeah. There was a point last night you may have witnessed me just sort of burning, like slash and burning channels left and right. And then bringing them back up again.
Under construction.
Steph was hosting a watch party, and I was moving the streaming lounge with like 100 people in it. And I was just like, well, let's see what happens.
And then Ahmad, who won't be named, said in the Discord at one point, she goes, there haven't been any new people added in like a half hour.
Oh, no, that was me.
Oh, that was you?
That was true. No. I said, I know that this won't last, but I have to point out that it has been 30 minutes since somebody joined, and that hadn't happened. That hadn't happened in like 2 days.
Yeah, it hadn't happened.
Listen. An hour later, we got another raid alert, so that's how that went.
I knew it wasn't going to last, but I had to point out that for the first time in 2 days, it had been 30 minutes since somebody joined.
Yeah. Went to bed whatever night was it, Wednesday night or Thursday night. She's like, I think we're going to hit 2,000 people by
that was her. That's right.
Yeah,
that was her.
And then we hit it like 30 minutes later or something ridiculous.
Never mind, by tomorrow.
Yeah.
It was like already earlier in the day she had said, man, at this rate we might hit 2,000 over the weekend. And then before she went to bed, she's like, I would like to amend that I believe we'll hit 2,000 before morning. And then we did it like, I think before she was even asleep. It was great.
I was awake when we hit 2,000. I was like, It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was fun. It was a little scary because we were like, oh my God, there's all these new people. Like, you have to be worried about, like, we've fostered a certain culture in our community, and you have to be worried about when you suddenly change the ratio of people and you have so many new people versus old people. We were a little, but it was kind of like, no, like, we have a channel where people can introduce themselves. We're like looking, we're like, these people sound just like us. They're just in different countries.
Totally. Yep.
And or some of them are in our country. We're like, they sound just like us. They sound like true fans who have been looking for community. So come on in. That's what it's about.
A lot of international people, which we're really excited about.
People from countries we've not had before, which is great.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people will find that they don't like our culture or our vibe. That's fine. You try new things. Sometimes you don't like it.
Yep.
Yeah. And inevitably, I'm sure there will be some people who are like, maybe this isn't for me.
That's
or,
fine.
you know, rules will be broken and we'll have to be like,
that I will say that was one of the few things that was real crisis. Was one of our few hard and fast rules is our server is 18 plus. That's our minimum age.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a handful of people come in and say like, I'm 13. And I was like, nothing's going to be faster. I was like, bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
go, 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 go. No children allowed here. But
No.
yeah. And then on the other side of the coin, we had our wonderful 529 community doing lovely things for us. They apparently declared this AP 529 Festa because it is leading up to our 1-year anniversary. And so every day there have been emotional love bombs in the Discord for us to watch and read from different members of the project. And it's been very, very sweet. Super sweet. We joke about like not having feelings and hating emotions, but truly we have been so very touched. Even Patricia, and she's fresh out of, you know.
Yeah, Patricia had a planned surgery. She told us we can tell you that.
Yep.
She's fresh out of surgery and on some medication for it.
Meds. Yep.
Like,
We'd all like some of what she
was happening while she was like looped up on her post-surgery medication.
Can you pass that around, Patricia?
Earlier for a little while. It was cute.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you have healing vibes to send, please send them Patricia's way. She is in New York City.
She is doing much better today
much better.
than she was
But it's
2
still
days ago.
recovery.
We just saw her a little while ago. We just talked to her a little while ago. So
Yeah, send your vibes her way. Send them in the direction of New York City. She's doing as well as can be expected now, but you know it's still a recovery process.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I guess we can get moving on now that you guys know what we've been doing.
Is this live about BTS?
Sorry.
Live about BTS? I don't know. Let's see.
Let's see.
First, let's talk about ourselves some more.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about us. Just kidding.
I think we already welcomed everyone. That was a pretty good welcome, right?
We did. We've got 100 people here, so why don't we do a very brief, hey, here we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a long time. We just assume everybody knows us since we're famous.
That's a big deal,
2,400
just
people.
We're famous. Go ahead.
Famous.
We're more famous on Instagram now, no offense. But
But to be clear, Steph is more famous on Instagram.
just kidding. Yeah, we're not.
I'm IG famous.
That's exactly right.
Okay, Steph, you start us off.
I'm Steph, and this is Army Project 529. 529 basically means the 529 days between January 1st, 2024 and Festa 2025. We created this project because we thought we'd be completely bored with nothing to do while our 7 men were away serving their country, and boy, were we wrong. And we were just going to put a little book club together where we watched a little bit of content together every day, and then it blew into what it is right now, which is beautiful, mostly because of the people that are sitting here on your screen with me. And next.
The original idea that Stephanie had for the book club was a weekly viewing of content, BTS content, starting from the beginning and going all the way up until they went into the military, and it would take up all that time while they were gone. Well, we kind of moved it and shook it around, and we turned it into a weekly blog idea with interactive content and all of that stuff. And so that's what I do. I write the blog that we drop every week. It's called our Monday Muster. And we have been chronicling BTS's career, their entire discography, from start we've actually finished OT7 content all the way up until they enlisted, and right now we're in chapter 2. We're in solo projects, so we are in JINCEMBER right now. Last month was November. We are in JINCEMBER, so it's been a lot of fun. But that's what I do. I write the blog every week, and also host events on Discord and things like that. So. Oh, and I, edit all the other things that people do. And Doc is the one that gives me the things that I need.
Yeah. Does that make me up next?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Doc, by the way. Hi. For those asking, where do I get the blog? The blog is on our website, the529.com/blog, or, up in the navigation bars, there's a button that says blog. And then you can choose Monday Muster is the one that comes out every single Monday. And that is the blog that she was just talking about. So I am in charge of research. And so I lead the research team, which basically means that every link that you see inside of the blog, so the content itself is pulled, put together, and organized by me. So I create a absolutely ridiculous spreadsheet every week that I then hand off to Lisa to turn into magic. Some weeks, I swear, I am like, I don't really know what you're going to do with this. And then she spins it into an absolutely magical storyline. And so I'm always extremely fascinated when we get to our editing meeting where 3 of us sit down and proofread the blog and make it pretty before it goes out. And it's always super freaking fascinating. And I'm always astounded by her writing skills. So yeah, it's fun. I love it. Okay, sorry, I'm making her feel. You suck and I hate you. No.
Cool. Good talk.
Cool.
Next.
Okay, I'm next. I'm Christina. Hello. And I do, I think, 2 things primarily fairly well, which is I am in charge of making some designs for the project. So the merch that you see, I'm obsessed with creative, subtle merch, obsessed with it. And so I work on that, and I often work with Katie, and Katie is also a very good designer. So we work a lot in tandem for the merch designs. And then I became a little bit obsessed with streaming charting voting. So I run the streaming charting voting webpage on our website. And the idea behind that is there are many social media platforms that Army use, but if we are streaming charting voting for the boys and their solo efforts, as well as their O27 efforts, then we should have all the best information all in one place to make it really easy for people to navigate and to do the things that we need to do to support them. So yeah, so those are my 2 things that I do.
Oh boy, I'm next. All right.
Okay.
I am Katie. I do a little bit of a lot of different things. I'm kind of a tinkerer. I would say the big things I do are help with the website, help with design stuff, and the Discord server. Anytime there's like a nerdy, technical kind of thing that needs to get done, that's kind of my ball of wax.
Katie does the admin of the admin team.
Admin of the admin team. She's our babysitter. And
She keeps us in line.
yep, she likes spreadsheets.
Yeah. Patricia does she created our map, and she works on that, our Moss City map, which is on the website, which has almost 5,000 people on it from all around the world who have pinned themselves to it. A lot of people have found they found local Army friends through our map. So she created it. She maintains that. She also is a content writer, and a wonderful creator of spreadsheets and data analytics. And she also hosts a lot of events in our server and is generally a bit of a party person.
And es muy importante porque se habla español.
She does.
Yep.
So we speak Spanish.
She has translated for us before on our YouTube channel. So yeah, so that's us. Thank you for being here.
Yep.
And let's move on, I guess, next week. Oh, wait, you want to say that we won't be on? Oh, no, that's later. Never mind. Patreon.
Patreon.
Patricia. Yeah, I love that.
Sorry, somebody asked for the URL and I thought I already sent it. And I'm like, is it blocking me? So I got sidetracked on that. Okay. Yes. So you heard about all the things we do. We do a lot of things. I just finished writing about this today, actually, and I'm exhausted just writing about it. So if you like the things that we do, and almost everything we do is for free, if you would like to support the fact that all of that is available for free, there are a couple of ways you can support. One is by buying the merch that Christina and I design. Seriously, we do every design ourselves. We don't print it ourselves. We have a printer, but we do all the designs. So you can buy the merch from our shop, and some of that money goes to us. The other thing you can do is subscribe to our Patreon, which is a monthly subscription service. You can subscribe for $3, $5, or $10 a month, and you can learn more about that on the Patreon website. It is patreon.com/armyproject529. And we like to thank some of our subscribers every week. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We got a lot of new subscribers recently. I was very excited. Let's give a big shout out and thanks to Deb C, Binsky, Ann I, Die424. I don't know if she goes by Tia Snoopy or Ta Snoopy. Kim F, Eva S, Charisse S, Lori C, and Suzanne B. And I'll never read your last names. So thank you guys very much for the support. It helps us do what we do because, all the things we can provide for free legitimately do cost us money. Very appreciated.
Yep.
And speaking of the shop, we are in the last 8 days, can I math, of our holiday shop collaboration with UNICEF, not collaboration, fundraiser for UNICEF. So we put out a series of holiday merch in a holiday shop on our website, and every product sold now through December 31st, we will donate $1 to UNICEF. So 5 products equals $5 to UNICEF.
By the way, Katie, have we ever done any sort of drive for UNICEF before?
Yeah, we have. Some of us, me in particular, got really upset in, about August when everybody was very focused on a certain member and a certain motorized vehicle.
Barely motorized.
Hairdryerized. But anyway, I was very upset at what was happening in the fandom and not in the fandom, but on the internet in general, and was like, I really think that we should just donate some money to charity and try to spin something positive out of this because I'm tired of talking about all this negative crap. So we went to all of our social medias and did a drive for UNICEF and asked people to donate and then just send us their receipt, and we raised in a week $20,000.
I remember this. It was glorious.
It was wonderful.
I cried like a baby. Very happy with that. I don't think we're going to be anywhere near $20,000, but every dollar counts. It's a really, really great organization. And for those
especially
who don't
this time of year, when people are already spending money on presents, anybody giving a little bit extra is really wonderful.
Yes. And it's a great organization that you may or may not know is officially aligned with BTS. They do official collaborations with UNICEF. So that's why we chose that charity.
Yep.
They help kids around the world. What could be better? So last couple of days to do that. And I think the next one is me as well. We've talked about the last couple times, and another thing we do is in-person meetups. We do small ones just with people who live near each other, who get together, go see a movie, go out to dinner, whatever. But we also have been trying to do one big annual meetup at least. We did one this year in September in Kansas City, where we had just under 100 people gather at a hotel. We basically had a nerd BTS convention. And we're going to repeat that next year in July. We're going to make it a little bit bigger. And at the same hotel. So if you're interested in learning more about that, the weekend is July 25th through 27th of next year. And it's in Kansas City. We have a hotel block where we've negotiated a discounted rate. And if you'd like to attend, the registration fee, which does not include any travel or the hotel itself, but the registration fee, which includes meals and activities, is $297 for a three-day activity.
Kansas City is in the middle of the country. It is almost equidistant for all of us because
Yeah.
we are all spread out around the country.
Why Kansas City? Number one, is physically pretty darn smack in the middle of the country. And at the time we started doing this, our population was mostly US. And then the other reason is that it's a city that has good airport access, or at least decent airport access, but it's remarkably affordable. We did look at some other cities and we did look at some other hotels, and the cost difference was astronomical. So we decided to stick with where we knew, but who knows for the future. I can tell you in 2025, it's Kansas City.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to learn more about that, join our Discord or visit our website, ap529.com. It's under the Connect tab there. Yeah, I think we've sold almost 70 spots. So we're
Nice.
right around halfway sold out. Yeah, and based on that, I anticipate we'll still have spots in January because we knew some people were concerned and wanted to wait until January. I think we'll still have some spots. But we're very pleased to have sold that many, and a lot of people coming back who were there this year.
Yes.
So fun.
So fun. Stupid.
And this year, for 2025, the 7 will be out. So who knows what'll happen whenever. We're just got to be ready.
You never know.
Yep.
But imagine being in a room with 150 people and your Weverse notifications all go off.
I know. Will it be a contest who gets them the fastest?
It'll be glorious.
We're going to find out if that happens. We're going to find out which phones give us those notifications the absolute fastest.
That's what I was going to say. Is we need to have a
Everybody's
prize.
going to be like, we're going to promote those phones and be like, listen, we're not saying go buy this particular brand of phone, but their app works way better than the rest of ours.
Exactly. And trust us too, like we're fans first. So if that happens and we get an OT7 live, it's everybody shut the F up and we put it on a big screen so everybody can enjoy it. Like,
I do believe we've already proven that because we were in a live when somebody went live and we all went bye and we
Was it Hobi or was it Jen that went live? It was Jen, right?
I think it was Hobi.
Was it Hobi?
I think it was Jen.
No, you're right. I think it was Jen.
It was Hobi in the morning when we were on our walking group, and then it was Jen that night.
Right, because I got woken up for Hobie.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jin.
we absolutely don't interrupt anything.
But we pieced out of that live so fast when Jin went live. We were like, Jin is live.
We kind of hemmed and hawed for a minute, then we were like, fine.
Like, should we? Yeah.
And yeah, for those who weren't there last year, we do have videos up on our YouTube if you want to see what it's like. But basically, we rent a hotel ballroom. We serve 2 meals a day, lunch and dinner. The hotel does breakfast every morning, so your meals are all covered. And we just do BTS activities from basically 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have a pajama party. We have a dance contest, or we have a costume contest. We danced. We watched a concert together. We did trivia.
So fun.
We had an auction. Like we had an unbelievable amount of fun. So
That was so fun. Everybody in their pajamas and like comfy pillows and watching the Yet to Come concert. Best time.
I think we're going to try to do karaoke this year.
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
we have big plans and huge thanks as always to the planning team who helps make a lot of that happen.
Yep.
Anyway,
We know how to have fun, people. We know how to have fun.
absolutely
We
do.
don't know a lot of things, but we know that.
We know that much. Bring on the soju.
Okay, so I mentioned a minute ago that we are in JINCEMBER. We're almost at the end of the year, week 50. Next week is week 51. That is our last week of JINCEMBER. We are going to be covering all things happy. I know we just talked about it a month ago, but we're going to talk about it again. It's fine. Good. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. You know, it's going to be great. That's going to be our last week of JINCEMBER. And then for the last week of the year, my friends, we got a little surprise for you. Cooked up a little something special. Maybe something with a little tinsel on it. Little
Razzle dazzle.
Little razzle dazzle. Get some eggnog. You know, maybe cozy up.
Yes, hands.
Maybe a little special blog. Maybe a little something that we're calling the Holitan edition.
The Holitan.
Wow.
Holitan to you.
Please know we love nothing more than a bad pun and like a word scramble.
I mean,
Literally, that's the thing that gives us.
Also understand if you do in fact hate the names of these months and weeks, come at me, bro.
Yeah, what is it called when you smash two words together?
I mean,
I
The
only have a
smashed together
technical
word.
writing on
I don't know.
them, So
I thought Quince might know.
oh, it's something like a portmanteau.
Portmanteau. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh,
Pimento?
yeah.
What?
Portmanteau.
because we
It's
have
two
the
words.
Holly Tan.
Well, no,
Holly-
it's more than a compound. It's more than a compound.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's not a compound. And then I was thinking portmanteau was like a suitcase, and I was like, just
No,
stop.
it is a portmanteau. First, I was thinking palindrome.
Writer here.
I thought
with her name to help
palindrome.
us out.
That's why my face was glitching out because I was thinking palindrome, and I was like, no, that's not right. A palindrome is a word that is the same backwards and forwards. That's not the same. What word am I thinking? And then you started to say it, and I was like, yes, that's it. Anyway, here we are.
Anyway, what are we doing? What? Huh?
Okay, this is the last bit of housekeeping before we get into the member content, and that is this Wednesday, the 3 days from now, is a very gigantic holiday in the United States, and we are not going live that day. So given this extremely large holiday that a large volume of people celebrate that's happening on Wednesday, we're not going live on Wednesday. So December 25th, not happening. We're not going to be there. The following Wednesday is New Year's Day. And one might think, are these bitches going to go live on New Year's Day? And the answer is yes, the fuck we are. Why? Because it is our birthday anniversary, which our members inside the server have called AP529 Festa.
Yeah.
That is what our members are calling it. So, the 529 line has coined this, the 529 AP529 Festa. So it's our birthday-versary on New Year's Day, and we will be going live that day over on the YouTubes. So we go live on YouTube on Wednesdays, and that's where we will be on New Year's Day. So, yay!
Look at us. Look at us. Nobody thought we'd make it a year.
Listen, we knew we were going to make it 529 days, even if we were only watching ourselves.
That's
so
true.
That's true.
That's true.
We committed.
All you all.
Us sitting around going, you did a really great job this week, you guys.
That blog got 5 clicks. All 5.
Yes.
I love
You're
it.
so proud of us. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us.
Quince making sure she likes her own posts, comments on her own blog. You know what? You did do that. We might have to save that story for the anniversary, but there's a very good story where Quince was actually the first troll we ever had on our 529 website. We'll save that story. But that's true. That's a true story.
This is true. She was our first troll. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
It was. And we got so upset. And then she was like, whoopsie, that was me.
We were like, the audacity of this
I thought you guys
person.
would immediately understand what I was doing, but no, they were mad. And I was like, oh, no, that was me, guys. It was like, the call is coming from inside the house.
We were like,
even
this
do
person
that?
is
Oh,
so
wait.
rude. And she's like, it's inside the house. I did it. I was
Anyway.
We got a new Patreon subscriber. Thank you, Chris W.
Oh, awesome.
Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, I think yes. Back to
I gave you Patricia's.
Yep, that's fine. Thank you for handling that for me because I didn't think about it. So yes, we do our news in fan chant order because we get really, really tired of people whining at us if we don't. So with that, we're starting with RF. His news for this week is that he was nominated for a special award in the hip hop category at the 2025 Hanteo Music Awards, which, by the way, Hanteo is a Korean chart, like it's kind of like Billboard, Korean Billboard, and also so is J.
Award that he was nominated for. It's just the only one I had time to actually research.
Yeah, and J-Hope is also nominated for that category. So
Very good.
All right.
yes, and the Lost music video, which was a real interesting journey of the mind, has been selected as one of the best music videos of 2024 by Ticketmaster Discover. And that, I believe, is also the video that won a couple of filmography, cinematography type or artsy awards as well. So Yay.
Well done, RM.
Great music
I
radar.
know.
RM.
Amazing.
I know.
Every time I turn around, that album and pieces of the album are winning awards somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
the man, his shelves are filling up.
But not that one.
Shelves are filling up.
Anyway, I'm still salty about it.
Yeah, I am too. Okay, Jin, our man Jin, who has just been giving us so much content we cannot keep up between Run Jin episodes, magazine shoots, and variety shows, and music, and videos, and all of that stuff. We kind of talked about it on Wednesday, but in case you haven't seen it yet, you've got to watch Run Jin, where he basically gets manhandled. It's amazing, but that boy can box, and it's pretty impressive.
You know, I will say my favorite part of that episode was when the actual MMA fighter is like, one of you is very strong and actually has some really good talent, and the other one is just big.
Yeah.
And it was Jin and Jonathan, and I fucking died.
His little legs, and they compared him, were like this big.
Oh my God.
Kicking legs.
And the look on Jonathan's face when he looks over at Jin and realizes I'm the one that's just big, and Jin just like grins, like.
Yeah, he's got more power in him. I actually think Jin and Jonathan make a great duo. They were hysterical.
Oh my
They
gosh,
were
they're
really
so
great. They were really great. I had a lot of fun. Also,
Jin was really impressive on that treadmill. I have to say that.
he
before.
really was.
He really was. Yeah. Like a minute goes by, wow. I know I wouldn't be able to do it. And the incline's like this.
I know. It was
He's got
like,
a lot of power in his little body.
I was like, guess he did really well when he climbed that mountain right after getting out of the,
Yeah.
he climbed that mountain after getting out of the military. Anyway.
Yep.
Continue.
Very true. Very true. Jin, in case you want to go get sloshed, if you can get your hands on some, Gin. I am going to try to get some. I don't know how yet, but I'm going to try to, because everything I think is sold out. But
Somebody bring some to Kansas City.
oh yeah, we need some in Kansas City.
Somebody, please try.
I could call to Hive and be like, "Hey, can we get a
Try hard.
donation?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And then since we don't have a ton of Jin stuff this week, I wanted to run down some great numbers that we've had for. This is just Spotify, but just gives you an idea of how Happy, the album Happy, is doing. Running Wild has 150 million streams. I'll Be There has 134 million streams. These are all just on Spotify. Heart on the Window, which is my favorite, has 25 million streams.
Love that song.
20 of those are mine. 20 million. Falling has 20 million. Another Level has 20 million. I Will Come to You has almost 19 million. And his number one song is Astronaut with 559 million streams.
Get it, Jen.
So,
I'm so proud
we
of
can
you.
all drink to that.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Sir Jungles von Miałowicz.
Now listen. There's 180 days until Yoongi's back. Now, I am not saying that I'm the number one Yoongi fan in the world. I'm not saying that. However, I will point out that my birthday is June 21st, which is the day that Yoongi is supposed to be discharged from the military.
He planned it for you.
So, yeah, anyway. 180 days. And I can't wait. Min Yoongi has surpassed 4.5 billion with a B streams on Spotify across all of his credits because he gets credited under Suga, he gets credited under August D, and he gets credited under BTS Suga.
Wow.
BTS.
It's like, how many names can I just slap on?
So all that combined is surpassing 4.5 billion streams on Spotify. So congratulations. And he, by the way, is the first Korean rapper in Spotify history to reach this milestone.
Well done, Yoongi. August D, Suga. BTS is Suga. BTS is August D, whatever.
Yep.
All your names.
Yeah. So special. And I love more and more people that go down the Yoongi rabbit hole. Like we've got a lot of people coming in, BTS, and they'll find a certain member and go down the rabbit hole. Some of my favorite reactions are to the Yoongi stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that's been out for years, people are still discovering. So
I think it's going to be really interesting because we've not had anything from him new like we have everybody else, which we'll talk about in a minute. But so when he comes out to all those people who are new, this is going to be like their first time to even, like, I can't wait for that.
yeah. Yeah. So anyways, we love you, Yoongi.
We love you.
Love you.
Yeah. Okay, next up is Jaehoon. All right. So we are finally receiving on Tuesday the episode of the great Jin napping of Jungkook. Happy holidays to us. We finally get to see the promised Jin-napping episode of Run Jin, where he comes and takes Jungkook on a wild journey. And since Jungkook has face subtitles and does not have very good control over his editing
No,
of
he does
the
not.
face subtitles, we know from the little teaser that we got that this episode is going to be glorious and magnificent.
He's like, do I have
The look on his face was amazing. So he did get kidnapped the day after his discharge. Glorious. So that's something we can all look forward to.
Finally
Tuesday
found out what
morning.
that post was about on Weverse, where he was like, "I'm confused."
Yeah.
Yeah, some of us called that.
We knew.
A
When
lot
we
of-
called it,
like,
we were like,
all-
"Oh, he got kidnapped."
yeah. We
But
were
we
like,
found
oh,
out
he totally got
confirmation.
kidnapped.
We finally got
Yeah.
confirmation that that's what happened, and that's why he posted it and was like, "Shut up! Don't worry about it. You're fine."
What did you think you were going to get a break after discharge? Be so
Basically, he
for
was
real.
like, "Shut up! You're fine."
You're fine. You're fine. All right. J-Hope set off to Japan earlier in the week. I believe it was Wednesday. And so I wanted to bring this up because I've seen a lot of people on social media and a few people inside the server who were worried about this. So his ears, I'm going to show you those are called ear seeds. They are a form of auriculotherapy to use acupuncture points in order to help. They're used for a lot of things, but they're oftentimes used in order to decrease motion sickness and help with sleep. And so there's a really, really, really high likelihood that these were used to make his flight more comfortable. Okay, so he's not sick. There's not, like, we don't have to worry about him. That is
Not his
common.
skin. They're little like
If you guys
stickers on his-
remember, Hobi is pretty notorious for motion sickness. Whatever they do on boats, man gets fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talked about it a lot, but I thought I would include the picture so that you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I've seen a lot of people online worried about him, and I don't think it's something we need to worry about. That's really common. He's talked about
Likely.
having motion sickness before, and those are really used for that a lot. Right? But he's off to Japan, and we got another photo drop on Instagram. He posted a bunch of pictures with Nigo Tomo. See, I'm gonna mess up his actual name. Tomoaki Nagao. He's a Japanese fashion designer. He also is a DJ, record producer, and entrepreneur. And so J-Hope posted up on Instagram with Nigo. And also we saw the appearance of what appears to be the potential missing Yoongi's leopard bucket hat. I'm not saying
I
that
have
the
laughed
leopard-
myself crazy.
I'm not saying that the missing
With the meme
leopard
today.
bucket hat that Yoongi's bemoaned losing in his Chijita episode is
I'm
in
really
fact
hoping
now
something-
J-Hope's head. However, the evidence
I mean,
is
overwhelming.
strongly indicative of we have different clothes.
Different clothes.
And we may
mean-
have found the infamous missing leopard bucket hat in J-Hope's possession.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it is
mean,
that.
Not only are the pictures cute, but the idea that like maybe J-Hope and Jin were over at Yoongi's place just eating dinner, and J-Hope kind of wandered around and threw open Yoongi's closet doors and was like messing around in there, and then just was like, oh, I love this. I'm taking it. Put it on his head and just walked out.
I like the idea that he's probably had it for a long time and just waited until maybe Yoongi kind of forgot and was like, now's the time I'm going to start wearing it. He doesn't remember.
That's
But
good.
Army always remember.
Yeah, for real.
Just saying.
Scrolling social media. Yoongi scrolling social media and going, hey.
Wait a second.
Oh, well, I know where mine is.
Uh-oh. Steph just thought of it. She just thought of where hers is.
Oh, Lord.
I don't have one of those. I was just switching to yet a different.
There we go.
Yep.
See, really, it's been with
Yet a
Stephanie
different.
this whole time.
Yep.
In here.
He had me keep it in under my safe care while he was away.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh my gosh, that picture. Doc, rude.
That picture killed me.
That was like, okay, Jung Ho
Look at him. Look at him.
Okay.
Just look at him. Just look at him. Look at him.
Look at him. Look at him. I
When
know.
you talk about boyfriend picture, that is.
I was like, Hobi.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel angry
Yeah.
because that picture is so fine.
It's so good.
It makes me angry.
It's so good.
Wow.
So good. Oh my
All right,
god.
let's move on before we just lay.
Sorry. We are ever closer to painting the charts blue and back to blue side, which are the Instagram tags you guys are going to be, you've already seen, or the Twitter tags that you've already seen and you're going to be seeing. On December 28th, the goal is to get J-Hope's blue side outro song on a bunch of digital #1s, as many as we can. So the goal is for iTunes, US and worldwide, and digital world song sales, as well as high up on any other streaming platform you may or may not use that we can do. So everybody, the goal is to be streaming the crap, the blue side outro on December 28th. So just keep that one in mind.
Streaming the crap is a measurable,
It is.
Yeah. It's a measurable goal.
It is a solid
Stream
unit
the
of measurement.
crap.
Listen, we come from the United States where we will do fucking everything to not use metric. So streaming the crap is an actual unit of measurement here.
Actual measurement. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so the stream is for blue side outro, not blue side. They are two different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I am so excited because I have been on Jimin for weeks, and I love Jimin. I have nothing against Jimin, but he's been very quiet, so there hasn't been a whole ton to report, other than the fact that Who just continues to smash records. But this week I have two new pieces of news that are not about Who, which is a great song. Let's talk about something else. The first one is that Be Mine has reached 100 million filtered streams on Spotify, and that is the third song from Muse to reach this milestone. So that's incredible. And last time we talked about this, we had a couple of people ask what does a filtered stream mean. That means that all of the streaming platforms have some sort of algorithm to detect what they think is bot behavior. So filtered means after they remove what they believe to be bot behavior. Whether it actually is a separate question, but that means they believe that these are all real streams by real people. 100 million. And that album's only been out for 5 months. I think we're right around 5 months.
Amazing.
Yeah, so great.
July
And
19th. That's when that came out. I know this because of earlier. I had to do some research.
Those lips.
just, yeah, I have a bag of stuff still from the September meetup that I haven't dealt with. And every time I peek in there, first of all, there's a really wrecking couple of pictures on the outside of the bag, thanks to whoever made that. And then, yeah, there's a Jimin photo card in there that he just looks like a rolling phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, Jimin.
And yeah, if you see, I want to be very clear. So for those who may know, Chapel Roan is a female artist. I believe she's a singer-songwriter from the US. She's been really popular the last few years. I know a few of her songs. Great. There is a rumor going around Twitter in particular, and as things do, it'll probably make its way around Twitter and then make its way around the other platforms. There is a rumor that she said something bad about Jimin. I want to preface this with she did not say it. She did not say anything like it. Somebody completely made this up and pulled it out of their ass. The rumor is that she was asked in an interview if she'd like to collaborate with Jimin, and she replied that she'd rather collaborate with someone who's talented. Again, this interview never took place. She did not say that. She did not say anything even remotely like that. She was never asked about Jimin. But somebody decided to go rile up Twitter and put this out there, and it was discovered to be false very quickly. And then the account that posted this is my favorite part. I guess somebody figured out their real name and where they go to school because they're in school and reported it to the school as like a violation of the code of conduct. Because a lot of schools now have a code of conduct rule that you basically can't be an asshole on the internet.
Oh.
So they took a screenshot of it. We're like, really, guys, you went to my school? And so then they had to go do a public apology for it.
They fucked around and they
Well,
found out.
you know, I'm not going to say that, you know, you shouldn't make up lies on the internet, but maybe you shouldn't make up lies on the internet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't feel bad. You made up lies on the internet. You violated your school's code of conduct. Someone reported it. Like,
We love a good
Also-
fuck around and find out around here.
Yep.
Also, maybe don't believe everything you read on Kim Namjoon's internet, because while Kim Namjoon would never, there are people out on his internet who are willing to just make up stuff to get you
Yeah.
riled up and to think that there are things happening that aren't happening. So don't believe
Yep.
everything you read.
don't believe it. I'm
A
sure.
quick Google search will
I'm
usually
sure he's
give
a
you
lovely person. And if you see this rumor going around other platforms, please tell them to go source it, because the only source is this one tweet that has already been proven false.
And yes, on the other side of the coin, we did see a lovely social media thing where they were interviewing Sophia Carson, and she said some wonderful things about
Yeah.
Jimin.
She called him honey.
She said he's like honey.
He's like honey, which was
He's
really
so
sweet.
sweet. He's like honey.
I was like,
That
it
is
tracks.
right.
That's the color of his hair at the time, and he gives off that aura. You know, I would have thought.
Sweetheart, he's precious and
Yeah.
all the way. Listen, now that interview is in fact real, and you can watch it with your own two eyes. So
Imagine that.
fact check, my friends. That was
Because
real. He's a sweetheart.
Proven track record of people falling in love with Bangtan when they meet them.
I was going to say, yeah, I challenge you to find somebody to publicly say something bad about Jimin. Like,
I mean,
or any of them, really.
Yeah, the key word there is publicly. We're not dumb. We're sure that people have said bad things about them privately, but at some point in time,
And I'm sure all of them have been jerks at some point.
they have their
As is every human
have their
being.
right to be wrong.
Yes. So overall, we believe they're good human beings.
however, what we're not going to do.
Just start making stuff up and not fact check.
Hey, Katie, just for the record, that's going to be the one thing that we start getting emails about. You said they were assholes to people.
I'm sure they
Mine's
are assholes to
actually
each
bad.
other, and they've admitted it.
Listen,
I believe there was a thing about unfolding each other's clothes and throwing them at each other between Yoongi and Namjoon. So
Absolutely. Suga said they
Imagine.
all the time.
throwing shoes, maybe it was throwing shoes at each other, something like that. Some sort of laundry incident.
Only imagine the fuckery they've done when being angry at each other.
Yeah. I'm not saying they've never gotten angry in their entire life.
which is cute fuckery.
Yep.
Because they always resolve their shit. you
That's
know?
what I mean. Yeah. No, they're family. They can talk shit about each other. Nobody else can.
That's exactly right.
That's true. Family's allowed to do that.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. It's time for Taehyung.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Well.
This bitch.
Ah.
This was the one that I had closest nearby.
Tay Tay.
Oh, I wonder why that one was closest nearby, eh?
Yeah,
I was rearranging my photo cards.
Yeah.
My etchings, if you will.
You happened to be rearranging them right before the live, and it happened to not be in the book yet.
Yeah. So Taehyung, we saw. Speaking of lovely video messages, yes. Speaking of lovely video messages, we just had one pop up today on social media from Harry Crosby, who is Bing Crosby's son. And it was basically his reaction. It was a video message directly to Taehyung. So I guess he sent it to him a while back, and it was after he heard the first cut, I guess, of them singing White Christmas together after they sent the song to Taehyung, and Taehyung put himself on the track and sent it back. And he listened to it, and it was his honest first gut reaction. And it's very lovely. He says some wonderful things to Tae. And if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. Bing Crosby's official account shared it on all their social media. So it's not hard to find.
Yep.
So that was lovely, very sweet. They continue to be hugely supportive and grateful, which is very lovely.
Can I say something real quick too?
Yeah, go for it.
For brand recognition, to give the points, when you are searching out those videos, try your best to go to the original source and do your likes and comments and shares from there, because it ups the brand recognition for the guys. So as a general rule, you can like when people repost it and retweet it and all that stuff. Absolutely. But try at least one time to go to the original official source and do all the pushing buttons there. So that's all I want to.
Also, can I just say this is, and also because a lot of this stuff is coming from Bing Crosby's account. His team has been sharing a lot of stuff. And this is the first time I saw this earlier today. I want to make sure I'm not messing this up. But I saw it. This is the first time that Bing Crosby has ever had anything on the Billboard charts, like the Hot 100 or whatever. This is the first time.
Yeah, didn't you look up when the Billboard chart started? Was it like the 70s or the 80s?
Yeah, something like that. So this is the first time he's been on it, and he's had a song chart. And so that's a huge deal. The man died in 1977.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And
considering how loved he is, especially this time of year for all his classic songs, like I think that's so cool.
I want to double check my source on that, but I definitely did see something like that.
I saw similar things.
Okay, thank you. So if I'm wrong about the exact wording, I'll correct myself later. But yeah. So, but I mean, like, of course, the song "White Christmas" first came out in like the 30s, the 40s. But that's not the only time that the song was released. It's been released several times. In fact, he did a very famous duet of it with David Bowie in the 70s, a few years before he died. But it's a very different version of the song. But so there have been plenty of different versions of it that have been released, and some of them could have charted, but none of them ever have. But this one has. So that's amazing. So
cool.
Congratulations to Bing Crosby as well, man.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Who'd have thunk?
Well, and his family that's done a great a great job of keeping his name and his reputation and his songs out there for different generations to enjoy. I mean, that's pretty amazing. What a great way to do it, with putting one of the biggest names in music.
Yes.
With with your dad's voice.
Well, and the amount of respect they have for Taehyung to choose him is just makes me so happy.
It wasn't just a name grab. They picked him for a very specific reason. Because they could have asked, there was probably a lot of people out there that would have been happy to do this. Like big names, even Western artists who have been like, yeah, I'll do a duet with Bing Crosby on White Christmas. A lot of people would have been very happy to do it. But they specifically sought out Taehyung because they saw him talking about how much he loved Bing Crosby several times on the internet. They saw him singing his songs, and they said, that's who we want.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it wasn't just they're popular now, let's ask a member of BTS. Doesn't matter which member of BTS, let's just get a member. No, they sought him out specifically, which is pretty awesome.
Yep.
Winter ahead.
Okay, so real quick, fact moment. Sorry, it was Billboard themselves who said that Bing Crosby returns to the Billboard 200 top 10 for the first time in 64 years.
60. Okay, so I know it was first time something. So
yeah, so that's the actual fact for you guys. It's the first time he has been in the top 10 on the Billboard in 64 years.
Oh, yes.
Get it, boys.
Get it, Tay. Get it.
Get it, Tay.
Yes. So Winter Ahead has hit all sorts of like milestone things. Of course, it is. So it's the first. So Tae is the first and only K act ever to debut multiple hits on the Billboard holiday charts. With Winter Ahead, also Christmas Tree, and now White Christmas. But Winter Ahead hit the Billboard 100 at 99, number 62 on the Holiday 100, number 1 digital song sales, number 1 holiday digital song sales, number 33 in the Global 200, and number 14 in the Global, excluding the US. So wow. Winter Ahead's out there doing its thing too. Go Taehyung. Speaking of Winter Ahead, we did get a new version of it this past Friday. It was the so Winter Ahead with Park Hyo-shin featuring the Yoon trio, the jazz trio. They're the representative jazz trio of Korea. That was in the description. It's out. It's really good. There's a little visualizer of it on YouTube, and it's really good. It's more jazz, more passion, more jazz,
more energy, more passion,
more energy, more jazz.
Like we were questioning how we possibly make this song more jazzy, and they fucking did it. They pulled it off.
Yeah, they did.
A whole bunch of jazz piano at the beginning of it, which was amazing. And then there's like extra little musical breakdowns, and
there's
some
subtle,
but it's there. Yeah. So go Taehyung. Jungkook.
Jungkook. Look at him.
This guy.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
So we talked about this on Wednesday because it happened on Wednesday, but he went live. He showed up out of, I don't know, fucking nowhere.
In case you didn't know.
Post.
Because it kind of just
workday.
It broke the internet a little bit. Everyone was like, what?
What? Wait, what?
What? We didn't know he could do that. He didn't know he could do that either. But yeah, see, look, as Doc says, we say, the answer to every question you never ask is no. And Jungkook woke up and went, but what if I just asked them if I could go live?
Yep. What are they going to say? They said yes.
I thought they said yes. And he indeed went live.
Apparently, because, Army are a bunch of fact fucking checkers, apparently he is not the first famous person to go live during military service. He's not the first one to do this. So it's happened before. We none of us knew this was possible.
We didn't know.
Well, what I love too is I saw a stat where it basically said they were equating the 20 million viewers with whatever type of TV event, and it basically only like the Super Bowl and like major events like that get that kind of audience.
Okay, so JK may not have been at the Super Bowl, but he beat the Super Bowl.
He beat the Super Bowl with viewers, yes.
I'm not still salty about it.
So
I do have to say my favorite statistic of the whole thing was that he beat the Scammy viewership.
Yes. Yes.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite.
Spin, Sammy, spin.
So satisfying.
It was free concert.
Yep.
It was great. I think so many people were like, this can't be real. Click. And then they were like, it's real. So it was just a lot of people like,
yep,
including ourselves. We were like,
we won't mention where we were watching it because we wouldn't want 700 more people to join us or anything, but
I don't know if it's a secret.
Why not do it? Why not? Just live life dangerously.
Can you just saw her eyes again?
Listen, we got the server set up now. It handles
That's ready to go now.
It's fine. It's ready to go. It's ready to rock.
I feel like
we
a
need
dad.
T-shirts that say "I was there on the day of the raid" or AP529 raid or something.
There you go.
I lived through it.
The best part was when some of our community, like our 529ers, were like messaging us, going, "What's going on?"
Are you guys okay?
Where are
No.
people coming from?
Did you guys put cookies and punch out or what?
Tell everyone there was going to be punching pie.
I was told there was going to be punching.
I was told there was going to be punching pie.
I feel
You don't
like
have
a
the
dad
budget for
who's
that.
either,
You don't have the
like,
budget for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a dad who's either like just changed your oil and he's like tapping the hood of your car, like she's good for another 5,000 miles, or like, you know, put a shelf on the wall, like that's going nowhere. Like, that's me right now with the server.
All of Southeast Asia in this.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh man.
You know what though?
Jungkook.
Yeah.
He went live. We loved it. He sang. He showed us his new place. Part of it anyway.
Part of
He
it.
showed us his karaoke cave, which I imagine is probably where he's going to be doing most of his future lives from. I'm pretty sure that he built that room with that partially in mind.
Yep.
This would be my live palace.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can be as loud as he wants, and nobody can say anything.
Bar
About the vibrating walls.
Yep. Second basement. So yeah, he sang for a while. It was great. And he just basically told us a million times that he missed us, and that's why he wanted to go live. And he apologized for not being at his best because, I don't know, he's been enlisted in the military and hasn't been able to practice every second of the day, but he still sounded amazing.
Amazing.
So, you know, he was his usual Jungkook self. And then a few days later, he decided, this was yesterday, right? I don't know. Time is a
Day
soup.
before? I don't know.
I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Okay.
There was a dance video, Bada Lee. I think most of you probably know who Bada Lee is, but if you don't, she is a Korean, she's a choreographer and dancer. She was on Street Woman Fighter. I think she was on season 2, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That's how she got famous. And since then, she has kind of blown up, and she has worked with like everybody at this point. She's friends with Taehyung as well. She's danced with him. She's danced with a bunch of idols. She's choreographed for a bunch of idols. She posted a video on her Instagram of her and Jungkook dancing together, and everybody lost their minds again.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great.
It was wonderful. I'm sure you guys.
That's right. And for the first time we were watching a dance video that didn't have, I want to lick you from your head. For the first time we were watching a dance video.
Because every time one of them does something like that,
Right.
the other one responds. Sure enough. And I believe we were discussing this. We were like, I think that dance video that Taehyung posted was the final straw for Jungkook. The final straw. He was like, be quiet. I'm gonna go live, and Army's gonna remember how much I love them, and then I'm gonna get my own dance video.
I love them the most.
But Jin mentioned us the most in his clock.
Because
That's true.
they have this adorable like little rivalry where they one up themselves all the time, and they one up each other all the time, and every time one of them posts like a dance video or something like that, the other one comes back with something.
Yeah. Until they correct their clock. Jin loves Army most.
Listen, Jin is going to milk that clock to the end of time.
But listen, you know,
You
we're
need
not
to
mad
let
at
him
this
have it. He is going to milk
not
that
mad.
clock.
We're not mad at this healthy competition.
No,
Not
we're
mad.
not.
There's nothing wrong with a little healthy competition, especially if
Don't
they're
fight over us.
It's fine. You know, it's fine. We know we're loved. It's fine.
yes, just like with the smoke challenge.
Yeah.
Taehyung posted his, and then Jungkook was like, "Oh no."
No.
You're not the only one doing the smoke challenge, my friend.
Yeah.
We don't hear from him for a year, and the thing that brings him out of the you know, it's like,
Taehyung dancing to Ludacris.
yep.
Mhm.
That's just opinion. That's just a farcical opinion. Take that for what it is. I'm sure he would. You know. But and then lastly, this was so random that I had to include it. I saw today that Jungkook's Dreamers has re-entered YouTube's global weekly top music videos chart this week at number 4. It's random. Go Dreamers.
Dreamer.
Wow.
You know, it's probably all these new. We probably got all these brand new fucking baby armies going. What does 20.2 million mean? What does that
Yeah.
mean? And now they're falling down the rabbit hole, and we're gonna pick up a whole bunch of new little babies. It's gonna be cute.
You are not allowed to come to the concert. You are not allowed. Get in line. Get in line, people.
Yeah, fine.
There are a bunch of awards that a lot of them are up for the Hanteo Music Awards. I know we mentioned one earlier, but there are others too. We just didn't have time to look them all up, but look up the Hanteo 2025 Music Awards and you guys can see all the stuff that they're nominated for. There's some songs in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going so we can get into our discussion.
Yeah. Okay, real quick. OT7. Let's wrap it up with close to 1 billion streams on Spotify. So if you have a Spotify account, especially a premium account, and you would like to help get these to 1 billion streams, the songs are Fake Love, Life Goes On, 3D, PTD, and DNA. So Fake Love, Life Goes On, 3D, PTD, and DNA. And then the close to 1 billion list on YouTube for views, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Dope, Fire, Save Me, and Permission to Dance. Okay, so if you come to our streaming charting voting website or channel in the Discord, we have linked playlists to those close to 1 billion stream playlists for both YouTube and Spotify. So help get those to 1 billion. That would be really, really great.
Indeed.
Yeah,
that would be.
And then lastly, if you're playing BTS World Season 2, I hope you're having a good time. The game. I think I just hit level 10.
I need lessons on that. I need lessons.
People are discussing it in our gaming channel.
Yeah, so it's fun. It's very fun.
I have never been in a gaming channel in my life, so this will be the first time.
Sweet. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. So this week on the blog, Quince talked a lot about Jin and military service and all that. So today's topic that I chose for us to kind of dive into is BTS's military service. But in the midst of that, the way that they continued to love on and give gifts and all kinds of stuff to Army and what this whole time has been about. So the first topic I was going to talk about is their reveal, how they went about revealing to us that the time had come and what that was like. So who would like to discuss that?
Well, I think we mentioned it rather recently, right? They brought it up first at the Festa 2022 dinner live stream that they had, where they let us know the Festa that shall not be named, except that, we're kind of past it now, and I think it's kind of healthy for us to go back and watch it now with the hindsight that we have. Don't be afraid of it. But very emotional. Yeah, very emotional. So, but they mentioned it there where they talked about you're going to be taking a break from group activities and we're going to be focusing on solo work. And I believe that they didn't go into any detail, but I think they alluded to the fact that they were going to be having to do their military service. They didn't outright talk about it.
Right.
If I'm remembering correctly. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
That's correct. They never mentioned it directly in that dinner at all.
No, it was just kind of alluded to where they were like, we have things that we have to do.
Right.
And if you knew, you knew, basically. Right.
But the media kind of ignored that part of it and made it all about the solo stuff, which they tried to push. They were disbanding, but it was actually obviously not so.
Yeah, they very carefully said taking a break from group activities, but it got turned into, they're disbanding.
Right.
It's a hiatus.
Oh, wake the kids and call your neighbors.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Circle the wagons, everyone.
Yoongi even made a callback to that later, making fun of it, saying, "Oh yeah, that was when the media said we were going to disband, right?"
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yoongi was pretty vocal about how like it was the media who said we were going on hiatus. We just said we were going on a break from group activities. We never even said the word hiatus. They said the word hiatus.
They
By
said,
the way, that's one of the reasons we're so particular with translations and not taking them too literally, because it is so hard to translate, especially East Asian languages to English. So you can get the gist. It's not like you're not getting any of it right, but like you can't look at it like a legal contract.
right.
Yes.
The most important words in that entire dinner were trust us.
Yes.
Trust us. You know.
I won't lie. Like as the dinner the festa that shan't be named, I was there watching it actually live and sobbing horrifically. And I could not watch that live again until I had to watch it to do the blog for the project. And that live hit so different on the tail end of all of these solo projects and all of the solo work, and Jin being home from coming home from the military. That life hit so different because now you're looking back on it with knowledge of this and this and this and this and this, and you can see them like trying to tell us in the scope of what they were allowed to say that we have all of these things prepared for you. We have all of this stuff ready for you. Please trust us, bro. We're not abandoning you. We're just doing something we have to do, and we're coming back to you. And the emotions are vastly different rewatching the Festa That Shan't Be Named now compared to when it actually happened.
Yeah, they were it was also like it wasn't just we have to do this because of this thing. They were also pretty transparent about the fact that they needed a break.
Yep. They were tired. They were, But here's the thing. Now we know why they were fucking tired, because I'm going to read a list right now. Okay. I'm going to read it very, very quickly. But here's the thing. I want you to remember before I read this list, we all thought we were going to be lonely. Okay. Here we go. January 20. This is just the big stuff. This doesn't even include everything else, all the pictures that came out, the teasers, the whatever. Okay, here we go. Are we ready for this? January 24th, V and IU's Love Wins All movie video. February 13th, V's duo with Umi. March 14th, V's Friends. March 27th, Hope on the Street episode started airing. April 25th, monochrome pop-ups with Bring Katie PTSD, so don't mention that again. May 9th, RM's Come Back to Me music video. May 20th, Yoongi D-Day DVD pre-orders started. May 23rd, RM's Right Person, Wrong Place releases. May 25th, Mini Moni 1. May 30th, D-Day vinyl release. June, Festa events. June 13th, June's Hug Fest and event. June 26th, V's photo book pre-orders. June 27th, Jim and Smeraldo Garden music video. July 14th, Jin Torch Run. July 18th, Jim and Muse release. August 8th, Are You Sure? September 18th, JK, I Am Still. October 2nd, JK Golden LP pre-order. November 14th, Jin Happy Release Day. November 28th, V Winter Ahead. December 5th, RM Documentary. December 5th, V White Christmas.
And all of this was...
That really wasn't everything.
Yeah, that's not everything.
Not everything.
And that list is what Weverse magazine with their full chest called Relative Silence.
Yeah.
Relative silence.
Full chest.
Yeah. Thank you,
Relative
Rivet.
silence from BTS.
Yes.
My dumb ass getting in the army and thinking like, oh, I'm going to have all this time to catch up on stuff. Oh, look,
Catch up.
Jungkook released a single.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, but Seven was my first single that I like had like an army server, not this one. I was in a different one. I stayed until midnight with my friends, Liz, and I nearly fell off the bed. I was horizontal and I nearly fell off the bed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that list doesn't even include all the solo stuff that came the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just in
That's just
2024.
2024.
It's 2024.
Yeah, I'm back in 2023.
Half of this year, we had no Tanny physically available to do anything.
No.
And yet,
And this is why, to Ruth's point, we're all broke.
We're all broke. And yeah, I knew that they were not going to disband when they made that or when I saw it. But if I didn't believe it then, do I believe it now? Like, if they were going to disband, why bother with all this shit?
Right. Very good
Yeah.
point.
it's so, and it's not like they're the first idol group that ever had to join the military. It's not like they're the first ones that ever like posted or talked to their fans while on break from the military or something like that.
Right.
Like they're not the only ones that have done it, but they're the first ones who prepared almost 2 years worth of content to be systematically released the entire time they were gone.
Almost too much content.
Yes.
Well,
What did I say? It was a little overwhelming.
this is not including all of the shit they released in the year they were on the break from group activities.
Yeah, exactly. While some of them were still out.
Yeah, we're not talking about the TV shows.
Yeah.
The
Not the TV
documentaries.
shows. Yeah. Did I even mention Are You Sure? Because Are You Sure is on there somewhere. Okay.
I blacked out. I was just
Yeah.
so yeah. Like Quinn said, because Quinn and Doc, I was there, our resident. They know the most about K-pop outside of BTS. Yeah, they're not the first K-pop group to do their military service, but I think that they have by far prepared the most content than anyone ever has, and they had to. There were economical and business reasons why they had to, but also I think a lot of it was so that we wouldn't leave them.
I don't know.
They're all alone.
I don't know if they are the first group to ever go at roughly the same time, but I know that they are the first group of their magnitude, anywhere near their magnitude, to do that. Most times, most groups stagger it. Like one will go and then another, and so that they still have almost a full group. They'll stagger it, but BTS made a very different decision in that they wanted to try to get it all done as close to the same time as possible so that they could come back together all at the same time. They didn't really want to perform in smaller units,
Right.
without each other. And that's not any shade to other groups. I'm just saying that they decided to do it differently. This is the way that BTS wanted to do it. And so they knew that there was going to be a large portion of time. I mean, I guess large to them, portion of time where we weren't going to have any of them around. And so they wanted to make sure that, I don't know, we weren't bored.
We're bored, lonely.
Well, here's the thing, you guys. We still have 6 months.
I know.
What the hell else is coming?
I don't.
Just
Listen,
worms.
just the fact that John Hosick is cooking up some bullshit
I know. I'm
right now
scared.
has
There's
me
no
terrified.
problem.
I'm so
A little
scared.
bit.
We're already broke. We're already broke, dude.
Volume 2 is coming. It's going to happen.
I feel like I need to put together a list of all the famous people he's fucking met since he got out. Like, there's so much going on.
We are so proudly OT7, and we are so tired.
Very tired.
And broke.
Very tired.
And OT7, there are a very small portion of people online like to really knock OT7 around and say, you haven't done enough for X member, you haven't done enough for X member, blah, blah, blah. Listen, we're busy as fuck. We always have been.
Right.
And we continue to be.
It's like chasing 7 toddlers running in different directions.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be like this. I knew it's just, you have to just keep going, keep trying.
Yeah.
And there's a great meme where there's somebody stretched out on the ground and then an older person poking them with a cane, basically get up. And it's like old army and the new army is on the ground. Get up, you're not done. It's not time to rest.
Listen, all you guys in the comments talking about, Hobi's going to go on tour. I need you to shut your mouths.
I can't speak for everyone on
You
admin,
need
but I'm
you to
pretty sure.
understand that while I love J-Hope, we all love J-Hope, and we would all do what we needed to do.
Do I need both kidneys? I don't think so.
I need you to understand how my bank account is not situated in a place where we
Listen.
want nobody to tour. Okay?
Listen.
Like,
Nah.
ideal scenario would be that he does a tour in somewhere that I can't feasibly get to,
Right.
and so that it's streamed, and I could just, you know,
Yeah.
Yes.
I could be okay with
Yes.
it.
If he does a tour that does not come to North America
trying.
or cross it, and we can't possibly attend, then we
trying to
can live with
manifest it.
ourselves over this situationship. But like, if he does a Hope World Tour and comes to locations we might be able to go, I don't.
Between
My wallet is not that big.
I'm just saying, if he's gonna release an album, and he's gonna be tired, y'all, and then they're getting back, and they're gonna have a comeback, and I
Listen.
emotionally, I'm not prepared.
My dogs are barking. My dogs are barking.
I think I'm already maxing the amount of time I could take off from work.
Listen.
next year.
Listen. I'm already prepping what I'm going to tell my husband. It's going to be a PowerPoint presentation on how I can't miss Jung Ho-suk on stage.
It's for the project. We have to go for the project.
Based on if there is something, I think it would. If there, and I don't know if there is, but if there is, I would guess it's before the other guys get back. I would guess he would wrap up whatever it is, so it would be sometime in the first half of next year. If there, I don't know if there is, but that would be my guess. And yeah, I'm having a baby in April, so there's like zero chance I'm able to go.
You
regardless.
could just not.
Listen,
Well, here's
J-Hope.
the thing.
What we
Here's
need
the
you
thing
to
that
do is.
I was thinking about this the other day during my drive. I was like, okay, I was thinking back to, because I had just watched, of course, the D-Day documentary, again, concert. When Jimin was sitting in the chair getting his hair done before he went on. And Suga tells him, you should do a concert, da-da-da-da-da. And so I was thinking about that. And I was like, can you even imagine? Like, what if they all come back and then they all go on their solo tour? We will be so fucking broke. Like, how can we do this?
Listen, they don't have the time for that. They don't have the time for that. We're going to manifest that they don't have the time for that because we don't have the wallet for that.
They don't have the time.
I think
We didn't think they had the time to make all the shit they have either, but here we are.
I think that they really want to perform as a group again and make music as a group again, and they will prioritize that when they're back.
Yes,
That's what
they will.
I think that will be their first priority, based on everything they've said. Like Jungkook saying he did not want to perform OT7 songs without his brothers.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my guess is that when they
Don't know
come
what's
back,
going to happen in the next 6 months, but I tell you what I hope for, and it is not.
You
That-
said the word hope.
I know.
I hope that there's a concert and it's only in Manila, the Philippines, or something that I can't get to, and I can stream it with the newborn.
And I'll be really happy.
I'm biting my nails just thinking about it.
We will manifest this Hope World Tour in Asia, in European countries, in
And we're
Australia.
so happy for them.
Other places are
Stay
really.
out of North America.
Australia.
Your wallets can't handle it.
Yep.
I don't
But I
think.
want to see this. I also want to go. So like, it's a dichotomy here, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what he has planned in terms of performances. It based on what we've seen and kind of the hints he's dropped, it seems like there's some more music coming. Is it a whole album? Is it a single? I don't know. But we saw him with music equipment. He said he's been working on new music. He was asking questions about what kind of music is. So it seems like he's
He's definitely working on music.
yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know that he would want to do a whole big full tour on the same in the same year that he knows he's having like big comeback, like working on comeback stuff.
Like, I could see him doing an actual tour, but not a world tour.
Yes, I can see him doing a couple of dates in Asia.
And I truly believe Hot's Volume 2 is coming out. So we got that
Right.
in the works.
Right. Well, and the cool thing is that he has a Hyung that he can ask for advice, and Yoongi can tell him all about it. So that's
Yoongi got his done in 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
makes
don't
me feel
think
better.
Hobi wants to go on a 3-month tour. Or have 3 months where he's whole like working on the tour. You know what I mean?
Who knows?
I hope he knows exactly what he wants,
Yeah.
but also that it's something I can't possibly afford, so that I don't have to be mad.
I mean, either way, whatever way, really. Either way means it sounds like there's like only two choices, and there's
Right.
more than two choices. But I personally think that you're right. I think it's going to be new music, and I also personally think that Hope on the Street Volume 1 is criminally underrated
Yes, and it
and
needs to
not
be.
nearly get as much love as it freaking deserves, because those songs and that whole concept and the aesthetic and everything is fucking brilliant. So
Yeah, I was just listening to that earlier today, actually.
Yeah.
yeah.
We went on a little bit of a rabbit trail, but like, don't make. Listen, we love him, and we'll be happy for him no matter what he decides to do. We're
tired and broke.
we're just crying a little bit with our wallets. That's all we're doing right now, is just crying a little bit from our wallets.
And please understand also, if Jungkook comes to North America, I will fucking figure out how to fucking go. I don't know. I might have to sell a kidney. I will fucking figure it out. I will be there.
The smack we're talking right now, we'd all fucking be there. So, you know.
I will figure out how to be at a Jungkook concert if he comes to North America. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
My wallet says nay, but my heart says I will fucking figure it out.
Your heart says, "Hope."
It is. It's the way it works.
Fine.
Like Steph, we definitely talked about, and so I guess we've been kind of talking about anticipating the reunion a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
know
don't know who's anticipating it more, us or them at this point.
I think probably them, because
It's like that gif of the two superheroes, like,
Yeah. They're you. You. Yeah.
they're like Jungkook on his live the other night,
You
where
hang
it's
up.
kind of like, you hang up. No, you hang up.
You want me to sing another song? Okay.
I'll sing it.
If you're begging, I guess I'll stay.
But what didn't he say something like, my battery's at 7%? Oh, does that mean I should sing 7? And then he's like, oh, no, stop.
How do these men never have their phones charged? I don't understand this.
That was classic Taehyung right there. No, I'm sorry, I have to
content
go. My phone battery is on 3%. But the thing is he always takes a screenshot and he shows us.
So he has proof. Because we ain't buying it, dude.
my dude, I know that your pant pockets are big enough for one of these. In chapter 2, those pants were large.
Got those Jungkook jeans.
Yeah. But
They're long
so I
pockets.
think we're anticipating them coming back. I honestly think we've all talked about this before, but I honestly
Yes, we
think
have.
one of the first things that they're going to do is the HYYH 10-year reunion plan, because we already know, we've had that confirmed that that's been in the works for a while. So I feel like work has already been done on it.
Yeah.
Before they went in, and that like that's going to probably be one of the first things that they finish up and it comes out and it gets promoted.
Well, is it because isn't the reunion in the spring, or do you think they're going to wait until they get back? Or isn't
Honestly,
the
I don't
anniversary
know.
in the spring? Yeah, we don't know. I mean, all we know is that they said there was going to, I think Bong PD said that there would be some kind of a 10-year anniversary project.
Yes, a project.
Yeah.
Is what he said.
Yeah, he said there was something. We just don't know any details.
What if that's what's coming out in the next 6 months?
That's what I kind of wonder if they're going to release.
What
like,
if that's the
remixes or
real
something.
reason for monochrome, my friends?
Don't
Do not get her hopes up. Do not get her hopes up. Don't bring up monochrome for the love of all that is holy.
She still checks that website.
It's been a couple of weeks. I'm going to check
Jerky
it
when
right
she
now.
hears that word.
Still checks the website.
Like 10 years from now, they'll be like, who is this one asshole who keeps checking this website?
Like the person in Laws that had to keep pushing the keyboard.
She did say the word hope. She did.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Fucking monochrome.
Whether it's something that comes out in the next 6 months or they wait until they're back, I think that's it's going to be around their comeback. So technically it could happen without them here if it's just going to be like a repackaged album. But
That's my tentative guess, but who knows?
I feel like the fact that they kind of built it up a little bit about the 10-year anniversary, and they say that the HYYH era, they've been very vocal about that is what flipped their career. Like that is what they got their first music show win from The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 1 with I Need You. And that really sent them on the trajectory, the upward trajectory, because they weren't getting the numbers. That's what moved them away from that like hard hip hop image that they started with and into, okay, we're just going to do what the fuck we want to do.
Right. Okay. In a beautiful sort of story arc, as you will know this, Quince, kind of way, it would be poetic and beautiful if come April-ish, May-ish, June-ish, before they come back, we have the HYYH reunion. I mean, go back into that kind of world, close up solos, bring them back together with HYYH Part 2, and then all of a sudden, boom, they all return for Chapter 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. That's what, yeah. I mean, there's some dispute even amongst the members about how long Chapter 2 is supposed to be, because Yoongi was waxing poetic about how Chapter 2 was continuing even after they got back. And I don't remember who it was that he was talking to. Maybe it was Jimin, was like, but wouldn't that be like Chapter 3? And he's like, no, blah, blah, blah. So I don't even think they know.
Chapter 2 continues until we have shirtless pics.
All of them.
Listen, I don't remember which Two-Sok said it, but one of Two-Sok said, I'm in Chapter 3 now.
Yeah.
And they said I'm in my Chapter 3. So one of Two-Sok already believes post-military is started Chapter 3.
So I don't know.
Hobi, right? Because Hobi already did his.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
because he's already.
remember which Two-Sok it was, but one of them said
Well, they're both
I'm in
out.
my Chapter 3 now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
Yoongi just says things sometimes.
You guys, we're trying to concentrate on a live, and all of our admins are putting pictures of shirtless men in our.
Moderators are assholes today. I'm telling you.
Bouncing over on my screen over here. That's what I'm gonna say.
So for those of you wondering, we have a live moderator chat on the side that goes on, and these bitches are over here just dropping shirtless photos and thirsty bullshit in this chat right now.
As we're trying to talk.
Distract us.
And they just dropped Tay.
It's working. It's working.
It's clearly working. It's bullshit.
Focus.
Yoongi baby, I'm not looking. I'm not looking, Yoongi baby.
Focus on.
Uh-oh, it's Taehyung. Hold on, let me
It's
look.
Tay. It's Tay. Now it's Sugar.
There is a lollipop. No.
They already dropped shirtless J-Hope in there, these assholes.
All right.
We're
more than this.
The power of the season helps you.
We're grown women. We're more than this. We've seen these before. It's fine. They'll still be there.
We are not more than this. We are not.
What are you talking about?
Listen, you know what the solution is? The solution is you hide it with the agenda, and then you can't see the chat.
No, not that one. And why
Everybody wants to see. Can I show everybody?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you guys see this?
Yeah, I mean they're real things. They're not like made up.
They're not like.
This is what's happening in our moderator chat, guys.
These are the moderators, the ones that are supposed to be
Bullshit.
keeping us on track.
Well, we're trying to talk.
That's enough. That's enough.
This regularly happens, by the way. Like my husband will walk in my office and be like, hey, like just chit chatting, and then I'm like, well, I'll talk to him, and then I'll look down and be like, oh, sorry about the half naked men that were scrolling. He's like, I thought that's what your server was just like.
It basically is.
Sometimes that's fair.
This is the chat that's designed for serious conversation and serious people
Listen.
during a live, and this is what's happening.
Listen, we work with what Bangtan gives us.
Yeah.
They're all real things that have happened.
But I mean, aside from the HYYH, I think you're right, Stephanie. I do think it kind of will be ushering in Chapter 3, perhaps. Now I remember what Yoongi said. He said that each chapter was 10 years, but to me that feels a little long.
We're not doing 10 years of solos.
We're not doing 10 years of solos over here. No. But like, aside from the HYYH, I think the other certified guarantee, almost guaranteed thing that I feel like is going to happen in 2025 is they're going to do another Bon Voyage.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, Taehyung has basically begged for this.
Film it. Yeah, at least film it. Yeah, we've had this all but guaranteed for us as well. They so strongly hinted at it.
Yeah.
Like,
so here's the thing, like in the state of Oklahoma,
over the head with it.
in the state of Oklahoma during storm season, we have what are called storm chasers, okay? And they put people in vehicles and they put them all over the state so that they're ready to go. And then when storms kind of wind up, they go chase the storms, right? That's what we need to do for Bon Voyage. We need to be like, okay, they could be in Finland, they could be in here, because we know they want to see Northern Lights. And then one of us need to go to each location.
No.
And watch for them. And then
we gotta expand the community enough to find people who live there.
Yeah. We've got people who live there.
We have to find people
You're missing
who
the
live
point, which is we
there.
need to go on a trip.
I know.
No, I know. I'm with you.
What's the point of the trip if we're not together? You're missing the point, Jeff.
That's true.
We need Bon Voyage AP529.
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be Taehyung in that flower field, not knowing where the fuck I am.
You guys, we need to do
Look
Bon
at
Voyage AP529 admin style. Get in the RV.
Poor Patricia's like, what are we doing?
No, Patricia would be so down. It's not even
Patricia would be down for it.
Patricia would be like, let me drive the RV.
Listen,
I've got to hit a bagel. We
I
can
have a
easily
driving license,
convert it.
so let me drive the RV.
my favorite thing about Patricia is she is the most adventurous hooker you will ever fucking meet.
Yes, she
She's
is.
gonna be like, I'm going where? See, look, that's
Get
over there. Go down.
Oh, there she is. Look at her.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's
Look at
gonna
her.
be
She's
like,
just high on
"Look
life
where
right now.
I'm
Yep. Where are we
in."
gonna go?
I actually do okay
Now,
with
where I buy
random
my
trips.
ticket, guys.
Caitlin thinks I'm having a crisis. I'm actually more okay with travel that's less planned.
Well, there you
That's
go.
true.
I'll be
That's
fine.
true. That's
I'll be
that.
fine.
This is the way. This is the way.
I need a comfortable place to sleep.
We're going to pull out of Kansas City and Winnebago and go across the country.
I
my
mean,
God.
I literally have that viral spreadsheet, you know, the one that went viral on here where the guy who had all the categories and the algorithm so you could pack your bags. And I fucking used that spreadsheet to pack for Kansas City. So I too am probably better served with a less planned
Okay, listen up.
situation.
Listen up. I have seen worse shows on the Travel Channel
Yeah, see?
yeah, for sure. For sure.
than this show that we are coming up with right now.
Right now?
Theoretically
True.
creating.
Surely we can get a sponsor. We can get a sponsor.
Surely.
Like Gin Ramen or something. Surely.
Who's going to edit the footage? Because I don't want to.
Leslie can edit our footage. I'm volunteering her.
Oh my God. We have 120 people right now that might watch it.
Listen, I mean, that's more than some of those Travel Channel shows.
Thank you. I was going to say the same thing.
Who could do it better than Paris and Nicole?
That's beautiful.
Listen, at the end of the day, we know it will be chaotic and it will be funny. And that's
Very
really all you need. That's really all you need.
Yeah.
I can do that.
And then we can have the mods like in the cars in the front and the back filming like they do.
The mods are the ones
Yeah,
who
the
are going to
mods
give
are
us random ass challenges, and it's going to
Yes.
be fuckery abounding everywhere.
It's really funny because the three
What
of them,
walkie-talkies?
the three of them are kind of like the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw what they were doing in the channel for important discussions.
They're
Right.
three very different personalities, and it's hilarious.
The sad thing is that don't think I'm not sitting here trying to figure out how to make this happen.
Oh, I already know you are. I already know you are, because that's the kind of person you are. You're
If we
figuring it
were
out.
all born independently wealthy, this would be so much easier.
We're getting sponsors. I told you we're going to get sponsors.
Yep.
Okay, well, the sponsorship either needs to include like overnight nanny services or we have a toddler and a baby with us.
It'll make it more fun. It'll be like JK.
You make it more fun.
Yeah, together, can the two of them be one
Katie,
the
I have
seventh member?
already informed you I am a fucking baby whisperer. Give me that tile. I'll carry it the whole time.
I got it. I got you. I got you. Here you go.
Great. Then I'm in. I'm down.
We're done. Bon voyage, AP529. Be on the lookout.
There we go.
Someone's surely going to put us on there.
Well, can we name it like
I'll make the
Sayonara
logo.
or something? Like, can we twist the name somehow?
Yeah, we're nothing is not good at naming over here at AP529. So
That's right. Who needs a channel? We have a YouTube page. Hello.
We do have a YouTube.
yeah, we already have a channel, guys.
Yeah, we have
may
our own
only
channel.
have a few thousand people on it, but hey, we have one.
Yeah.
Do it, G.
Show
You know, this is what we do. I'm not joking. This is what we do. We get in the Winnebago, and then we find different members of 529 line, and we drive around and we go visit them. So we have a place to stay at each location.
And
It's
we throw
actually
them in the back of the
brilliant.
van? Oh, we stay with them. Okay. That's probably better.
We're like, we're
We're in the
camping out on
driveway.
your floor.
No, wait. Oh, the Winnebago doesn't have enough beds.
It might.
We are sure.
It should.
Oh my goodness.
It should. Just tuck ourselves into a corner.
Yeah, Pam said, let's definitely do an announcement. That'll get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was gonna
God.
say, Steph, do you think you can get a video to go viral in like Northern Europe?
Yeah, there you go.
I could try.
Just we always joke. It is impossible to make a video go viral. It always happens with the shit you don't think it's going to happen with.
No, it's true. It's true.
Always.
The Hag-o-bago, that is fucking hysterical.
Oh, my God.
No, now I'm thinking like a combination of Bon Voyage and like Road Rules.
Yes.
Listen,
Oh my God.
listen, if we're talking about a Hag-o-bago, I might know some people who might own tour buses. I'm not saying I can get a hold of them, but I might know
I'm saying if we're
their
gonna
own actual tour buses. Like not like the like tourist tour buses. I'm talking like the ones the bands use.
yeah, that's what we need. We need the beds in the bus.
Don't get my hopes
We need
up.
a cruise ship on wheels.
Yes, I'm
Don't
just saying.
tease me like this.
No,
Don't tease
I
me.
know people.
I'm gonna be up all fucking night, laying in bed, going, okay, how do we make this happen? How do we make this happen?
This escalated quickly.
Listen, the problem
Listen.
is I have to figure out how to contact these people and not make it weird. Like, hey, I know you go on
got
tour
Patricia
and I
all
know you
fired
have a
up.
bus,
She's
but I
hired, bro.
maybe
I didn't see
borrow
that.
it for a period of time.
I'll be honest. The way Casey happened with stuff was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had like a little girls' weekend? I don't know, like 15, 20 people, watch some concerts, you know? And we were like, yeah, sure, fine, that sounds fun. And then, yeah, we didn't ask too many questions. And then I don't know, a month or so later, it was like, okay, so we've got a hotel block, and we've got a conference room.
We were like, what?
Like,
I'm sorry, what?
What?
But it
yeah, and
ended
100
well.
people are interested. We're like,
It ended well.
it ended great.
We did. We've said that Steph's ideas often end very well.
Yeah, they do. I love Steph's ideas. They're optional and unchanged and usually
We're
work.
like, what?
That's exactly right.
Listen,
Good
we
times.
should put Hag-o-bago on the side of the tour bus.
Oh,
April 529
We're gonna try a
Hag-o-bago.
certain kind of sponsor for sure.
Yep.
yeah, Breezy commented. So that is a good point, and part of why we had a lot of people ask why did we open for registration this early. The answer is because we have to sign a contract that says we are going to book 80% of the hotel rooms that we reserved,
Yeah.
and if we don't book 80%, the six of us, well, the people who signed it, have to pay our own money for them.
We have the money.
So, when you sign that contract with a very large number on it, it makes you very anxious.
It really
You want
does.
to- you
Now
want
they
to
know
start-
why I lost all that sleep last year.
You want to start collecting money and signing people up as soon as you can, so that you stop the gagging feeling.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Yes,
are
there's
there are
openings.
still openings. Yes.
We're about half full.
There are still. You can go to our website and find info there.
Yep.
What's it?
AP529.com. It's in the Connect tab. It says like last media. Yeah, feel free to think about it. Like I said, but anyway, that is why.
If we're not there, it's because we're on a trip in a Hag-o-bago.
No, that's blocked out.
Listen. How about we use the Hag-o-bago to go to different 2026 concerts with BTS?
I love how we're taking that word back. I really do.
Yep.
Oh yeah. We're this
Our
close.
word.
The Hag merchandise is going to be coming very soon. We're finalizing.
Yes, I lost a week due to sickness, so it's going to happen. It's in the works.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. We never even got to the topics, did we?
I know. That's okay. We had fun.
Yeah, I don't care. We had
You
fun.
have your own Hag merchandise.
But it's 10 o'clock, so.
Yep.
There we go. All
But
right.
guess what? I don't have to work tomorrow, so
We did pretty good. I feel like we
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah. I mean, I think to end it on the note of really quickly, to end it on the note so people don't think that we were just bitching about how much they've released.
we love how much of it.
We love how much they've done for us, and especially all of we've gotten so many really amazing letters, reverse posts, updates, lives. Jin did all those check-ins that we talked about. They've given us selfies when on their Instagrams when they can.
Pop-up shops.
Pop-up shops. They've done literally so much, and they had to do zero of it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do any of it. And so we really are we feel very blessed, as we like to say.
Yes.
We really are we really do feel like the special, the special ones, so to speak. They love us that much. They really do.
Yep. I really do.
And on a good note, we love everything they've been doing for us, and I'm sure whatever happens in the next 6 months, we'll love that too, even if we're complaining and screaming and squeaking about it.
No,
I mean,
it's astounding.
like I said, we will jokingly complain about a tour possibility, but also I will fucking sell my kidney to be there. Be so for real. I will do what I need.
Would you remove your own kidney to save money?
I mean, did you remove your own?
Could you?
If Doc calls us and she's sitting in a bathtub full of ice and is like, "Hey guys, don't worry, I just want to be on the phone with somebody while I'm
a less invasive option, I maybe need to figure out how the fuck to sell feet pics.
Yeah.
Well, you are the head of research, so get right on that.
I think we all and I think we all collectively know more about that than we know about removing a kidney.
Listen, how many people are in the Discord server now? Someone knows.
2,400 exactly.
Many people know.
Somebody knows how to do feet pics. Yep, for sure.
Someone does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anywho,
thanks guys for joining us as always. We love you.
Good time.
Good time.
super fun.
We will not see you again until next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
But come hang out in the Boar Lounge whenever you
Come
feel
hang
like
out in the
it.
Boar Lounge. Come hang out in the
We
Discord.
will be inside the server hanging out. A whole bunch of people usually will hang out during holidays in the Bora Lounge, just so that we're not doing it alone. So
Yeah.
we'll do that with
Lots
us.
of people off work this week, so come hang out.
Yep.
Yes. Happy holidays if you celebrate the holidays that are happening this week. If you don't, we hope you have a good week anyway. And we will see you next Sunday right here where we are right now.
Yep.
Awesome.
Don't forget, blog drops in 2 hours.
Between now and then.
Guys,
Okay.
happy holiday.
Love you.
Happy holidays, Borge.
Bye.